So, we don't tend to use checklists in the aeroplanes because there's nowhere to put one. So we tend to use what we call a cockpit scan. I don't know whether you do a cockpit scan on the Cessna. So I start from the left and go to the right. So down by your left toe, big yellow handle, that's the flap handles. You can see the flaps are down at the moment because we've got no hydraulic pressure. So I'm going to put the flaps up, and when the engine starts, the hydraulic pump will come alive and the flaps will come up. We've got, underneath you've got the radiator for the engine and the intercooler. We've also got the oil cooler. They're run by a thermostat, so I'm going to check that the doors are going to run, so they're electrically powered. You should be able to hear them start. That confirms the motors are running. And then when we get going, I'll turn them to automatic, and they'll look after themselves. Big old throttle, 1600 horsepower on tap. We'll open it to there for start. Mixture is lean, prop is fully forward. I've got 3 green lights. You should have 3 green lights in the back, down by your intercom button. 2 reds at the top, which I'll test. Yeah, they're both working. Supercharger is in low. We'll turn the fuel on. We'll have the fuel booster pump on. And we'll check the booster pump in both tanks. They are working. And we'll set the left tank, the primary tank. Altimeter, you want to set your altimeter to 400 feet, Kim? That's our QNH here, altimeter.
Alrighty.
So we're both looking at the same thing. All the other engine gauge is looking good. I'm going to reset fuel.
Alright, set to 400.
So the fuel is reset, G meter's reset, engine gauge is looking sensible. Radiator's on, turn the Jenny on. No lights we don't need. Fuel is on the left hand tank. Transponder's going on. Okay, so to get it started, we'll just give it a break, a couple of pumps. Bring the canopy forward a fraction, and we'll see if we can get some noise. So to start it, I've got a electric priming pump, which I'll give it some shots of that, and then we'll put the mags on. We should get some noise. Ready? Here we go.
Just like a Cessna.
Yeah. Just give it a sec for that fuel to go away. Set the starter motor cool down a bit as well.
Pretty large propeller compared to my 182.
Yeah, it weighs about 300 pounds.
Crazy.
Bravo traffic, Golf Bravo, Papa Bravo Kilo is right hand downwind for runway 21 grass skywell.
Come on, girl, come on. Nearly there. down by my right elbow, we've got the oil cooler door indicator down here, so you can see because it's cold.
Okay.
The thermostat says, okay, I need to close the door.
Got it.
Better do that while it warms itself up. So whether it seems to get better rather than worse, isn't it? Okay. So what traffic, it's Mustang Golf Juliet Echo Romeo Kilo taxiing for backtrack runway 21. Okay, off we go. Check the brakes. So the steering the aircraft is sort of, the Spitfire is quite a difficult airplane to steer because you've got actually no steering at all, you've just got the brakes. Mustang, we've got all American modcoms, we've actually got power steering, so the actual rudder pedals are connected with the stick back, the rudder pedals are connected to the tail wheel of the airplane so you can steer it. If you want to steer a little bit more aggressively, I have to unlock the back end and then the aircraft, then the tail wheel is back like a car string tail wheel. When I get back on the straight and narrow, I can use the steering again. So it's a bit blustery, let's keep the noise down a bit. And of course, like all tail draggers, you can't see particularly well over the nose. It's actually better than the Spitfire.
As a taxi.
But as with all tail airplanes, you tend to steer the aircraft in a series of wiggles left and right so you can see where you're going.
Traffic, Golf for Bravo, Papa, Bravo Kilo, final to land, runway 21, grass, Sywell.
Okay, and the Mustang's going to cross the far end of 21 to backtrack 21 hard.
Roger, you'll be clear by the time we land, Golf Bravo Kilo.
Thank you. So the other thing about the Spitfire, which the Mustang doesn't suffer from, is overheating. The Spitfire's got two great big radiators under the wings, but obviously it's a liquid-cooled engine, so you need lots of cooling. But you'd have thought the Spitfire would have no problem because it's got two radiators rather than just the one, but unfortunately they're situated outside the propeller arc, and they're also directly behind the undercarriage legs, so they tend to get blocked on the ground. And they're not getting enough cooling air, so they tend to overheat. North America were much cleverer, and they put the radiator under your backside, which is actually directly behind the propeller. So the propeller effectively acts like a cooling fan.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we're going to a straight line. So
traffic, Golf Bravo, Papa, Bravo Kilo, clear of the active 21 grass, Sywell.
I think we might actually go west to start with. That's looking really nice over there. So it's just like every other airplane, waiting for the oil temperature start to come up. We're looking for about 40 on the oil before we go, looking at about 35 at the moment. In the winter you can spend 10 minutes waiting for the thing to warm up because there's 9 gallons of oil to warm up, rather than 9 quarts. It takes a while. The visibility from the back's amazing, but you'll find it feels okay at the moment. When I raise the tail on takeoff, you'll think I'm going to put the propeller in the runway, because the actual this is level on the ground. In normal cruising flight, it's actually in a downwards angle.
Cool.
It'll take a while for you to get used to the attitude of the airplane, but try and disregard the actual canopy line because it seems to tell you you're flying nose down. Just make it look when I give you the aircraft in straight and level flight. Just make a note of where the horizon is in relation to the rest of the structure of the airplane.
Okay.
Because you're going to have to return there when we do any turns or climbs and descents. And if you try and use this as a horizon, it'll get very confusing.
Okay. And I don't have an attitude indicator back here, huh?
You don't have anything back there. No. You'll find that the RPM gauge is also not working.
Okay. I was going to say, yeah, it looks like 0, but it's clearly not 0.
No, we've got a problem with the transducer on the right-hand side. We can't work out what's wrong with it electrically. But you're really just interested in the airspeed and the altimeter, so that's what you've got most. Okay, just going to set up the corner here and wait for that last bit of warming to come through the oil. And then we'll give it a bit of a power check so you'll find out how noisy the damn thing is when it's full chat.
I don't know if I'll be able to hear you anymore.
Yeah, it's difficult, but I say the intercom will cut the engine noise out, so we'll just have to
Okay.
shout through the intercom, but you'll get used to it. Everybody does, even the people who have never flown an airplane before. This is a much better intercom system than the Spitfire, which is even noisier, would you believe?
Okay.
Okay, just coming up to 40 on the oil. Coolant's at 80, so that's all good. I'm going to open up the coolant door now, because on takeoff, just in case the electric motor on the door fails, at least we've got it fully open.
Runway 32 at.
So that's now fully open. All clear behind. So here we go. I'm going to put the give it some beans, and we'll check all the systems. The generator should cut in at 1500. Okay, ammeter's showing a charge. Brakes. So she's quite a noisy girl, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
But the brain is very clever. It'll filter that out after about 10 minutes of flight. You actually won't even realise it's how noisy it is. Ideally. Okay, so we cycle the prop, turn the mags, the generator's charging, all the gauges look good. Coolant temperatures approaching the top, which as you expect on the ground with so little cooling out. Right, so we'll tighten up the old throttle friction and the prop friction. And we'll have a look through. So I'm going to set 10 flat for takeoff, which is good. We've got a open coolant door, ram air selected, oils in automatic, trims are set, throttle friction's tight, mixture is fully rich, fuel booster pumps on, mags are on both, and all the gauges looking good. Horizon is erect, mind your knees. So we've got fuel controls, done the fuel totalizer, canopy's closed. The brief is a minimum speed of about 130 if the engine stops. We'll be going right after takeoff, heading out to the west. And as I said, at the last minute, if we do have an engine failure, there'll be very little warning. If it goes really quiet, put your head down because I'm going to bang the canopy off almost straight away.
Okay.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okie dokie. Romeo Killer's lining up 2-1 for a right turn.
Roger, we're Golf Bravo. Papa Bravo Kilo, we're ready for the grass, but we'll give way to you. We'll go after you.
Thank you. So we'll line her up on the runway, and it'll be a whole bunch of right rudder and right aileron to keep her straight. There we go.
Traffic, Golf Bravo, Papa Bravo Kilo, lining up for takeoff, runway 21 grass, 5 miles.
Okay, Kim?
Yep, all good.
If you want to take hold of the airplane, use your airplane.
All right, my airplane.
Level, your airplane. Just give the stick a wiggle and see what you've got. Now you've got to watch the nose attitude very carefully because about a 1 or 2 degree change of pitch is going to give you about 500 degrees rated, 500 feet per minute climb. So keep an eye on your altimeter. Now I'm going to come back to the left. Really concentrate on the pitch attitude. It's rather lovely up here, isn't it?
Gorgeous. Visibility is so good in this plane, too.
Now you've got 360 degrees in the back.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Starboard traffic, Golf Bravo, Papa Bravo Kilo is right hand downwind for runway 21 grass, Skywell.
Try another couple of turns, but we're just going to head in this direction, so keep the sun up in that right-hand side. And you're flying a fighter aeroplane now, so try some more bank. And back round to the left. That's more like it.
Definitely a weird attitude perspective for me from that Cessna.
But it feels like a big heavy aeroplane, isn't it? But the controls are still surprisingly light.
Definitely.
Why don't you take us down to on top of the clouds and we'll just fly on top of the clouds. And remember, if you need any trim, just ask me for the trim. Now, if you lower the nose, the aircraft will accelerate very nicely to about 250 knots. Right, I'm just on top of the clouds. We'll just do some climbing around the clouds.
Gotcha.
How's the trim?
Little nose forward trim would be good maybe, but it's okay.
traffic, Golf Bravo, Papa Bravo, Kilo. Final to land runway 21 Graham, Skyline.
Just come to the right a little bit, please. Yeah, amazingly flat the land is on this next to the woods. This is East Anglia. So back in 1944 there was an air base about every 3 miles. All closed now. Okay, well, let's just go back to altitude. It's nice and clear here. We'll do some aerobatics. So power's coming on. And we'll climb at 150 knots.
Forward trim. That's great.
Let's go back to the left over that clear area to the left-hand side.
Alright.
We should find a nice straight bit of road to do some aerobatics on.
Left rudder trim.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a nice long straight canal down here, so I have control, my ship. And what I'll do is I'll show you a wing over if you want to follow through on the controls. And we'll see if I can teach you how to do a wing over, okay?
Okay, I'll follow you on the controls.
Okay. There's our nice straight line. So the wing over, the idea is to pitch the aircraft up, roll to about 90 degrees of bank, but we maintain positive G all the way through. We'll wait for the nose to drop, and then we roll out having gone through 180 degrees of turn.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. There's our nice straight bit of water. We'll line up with that. And we're going to accelerate to about 230 knots, 220 knots, something like that, which is more than enough. We'll need a little bit of left rudder as the aircraft accelerates. 240, okay, so we'll do a wing over to the left just to line up with the run, line up with that water. So here we go, pulling up. With the nose about there, about 30 degrees, start to roll, but keep the G positive, keep pulling back. Keep pulling back, and we're looking to go over the top at about 120 knots. 90 degrees of bank, but keep the G positive. The nose is now going to start dropping down. There's our line feature. Allow the nose to drop down, and gravity will pull the aircraft back down towards nose low. And there we are, 280 degrees. We'll do one to the right, so pulling up, about 2G, wings level initially. When the nose is about 30 degrees nose up, start to roll. Keep pulling back. Keep that 2G on. Let the nose get nice and high, wings at 90 degrees, hold the G, hold the G, there's our line feature, it's gone through 90 degrees of turn. Let the nose drop through, and then roll the wings level again and do it again. Okay then, Tim, your ship. You have the aeroplane.
My airplane.
Okay, there's our speed, so pull up. A little bit harder, keep pulling. Now start to roll to the right. So keep pulling. Nose a little bit higher, hold the bank angle there, hold the bank angle, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. You didn't quite get the nose as high as I did, but keep pulling. Now let the nose start to come down, there's your line feature. Not bad, but you didn't get the nose high enough on the initial pull-up. So roll the wings level. There's your speed, so pull up, a little bit harder. Nose pulling up, keep pulling up, and now start to roll, but keep the nose going high. That's better, that's good. That's great, hold it, keep the pull on. Keep the pull on. A little bit of right rudder going over the bank, keep the bank at 90 degrees. There you go, there you go. There's your line feature. So roll out. So again, we lost a little bit of height, so keep the nose high. Up we go, go on. Go to the left this time, so pull up. A little bit harder. Now start to roll to the left, so keep pulling up. Keep pulling up. That's good, that's good. Now start to feed in a bit of right rudder as the aircraft slows down. Perfect, hold the bank. That's much, much better. Hold the bank. That's it. There's your line feature, let the nose come down. That was much, much better. Beautiful. Let's do another one to the left. Speed up good, up we go. Roll and pull. Keep pulling, keep rolling. Hold it there. Keep the pull on. Keep the pull on, don't let the aircraft over bank. A little bit of right rudder. Keep rolling there, there's our line feature. Not bad. I think your third one was the best. Just level out on top of the cloud. That's brilliant.
That was awesome.
Do it very nicely. Okay, let's have a look what's going on here. So all pressures is looking good, temperature is looking good, fuel looks good. Okay, let's go left about 30 degrees. Hold it there, perfect. And just hold about 4,000 feet. And if you need the trim changing, just stop. Get that right foot back in again. Let's have a little play on top of the cloud. So I have control. Right on the airplane.
Your control.
We're just going to just dive down on top of the cloud and just jump over the top. So I'll demonstrate, then you have a go. Cloud dancing. Okay, Kim, your go. You have control. Your airplane.
My airplane.
Siren traffic, Golf Bravo, Papa Bravo Kilo, downwind right hand to runway 21 grass, Sywell.
This is what's called pure flying. And the aircraft's got so much energy, so you can pull the nose up and the aircraft will climb even at 170 knots. In that direction over there, we've got a military air base on our right. Okay, let's hold that heading there. Let's go back up to 5,000 feet. Here comes the power. Right, rudder trim coming in. A little bit of nose up trim.
little bit of back trim, please.
There you go. And here we are, we've already arrived on the east coast of England. So we've gone right from the Midlands to the east coast in 25 minutes.
Bravo, Papa, Bravo, Kilo. Final.
Okay, we're going to turn around, we're going to go back the other way.
Sorry, well.
Perfect. Yes, that's the North Sea over there. Next stop, Norway. Absolutely lovely, isn't it? Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous day up here. Perfect cloud surfing. Tiny bit of left rudder trim.
Okay, good. I have the airplane.
Your airplane.
Let's have a go. We're going to do some barrel rolls now. So I'm going to accelerate to 250 knots, and we're going to do a barrel roll for 360 degrees. We'll do a couple in a row.
Awesome.
Okay? Yeah, you can follow me through on the controls.
I'll follow you on the controls.
A bit more power. So speed filling up nicely. There's 250. Offset to the right. We're going to do a barrel roll to the left. Here we go. Lovely smooth manoeuvre. Up we go. Get the nose nice and high. So smooth, isn't it? So smooth.
Love it.
There's a barrel roll left, we'll do one to the right. $250, here we go. Positive view all the way round. Woo! Yeehaw! Yes, you did. Now we'll do a pure aileron roll. That's the right. call it a ballistic roll, so we're going to go to about half a G. Not quite as fast as an extra.
Woo! Loading.
And now we'll do a little gentle hesitation roll. Not as crisp as on an extra, but not the bigger aeroplane. Yeah, it's going to switch out the fuel tank. Okay, Ken, your airplane.
My airplane.
Big bridge, good.
So, you want me to climb up?
No, we'll just stay down here, we'll stay at 3,500 feet.
Alright, 2,500.
So while we're over this clear bit, why don't we dive down around these clouds?
Roger, I'll dive down around the clouds.
Go for it. An old disused airfield down there, that's one of the old wartime airfields. It's like a computer game, isn't it? So easy to fly.
It really is. I'm surprised how easy it is to fly.
How's your trim?
It's not bad. Little back pressure.
Well, that's because you're banking the airplane. You've got to do that. That's for you. You're the pilot. Pull back. The more you bank the airplane, the more G you need. You've got to pull back hard. That's not a trimming problem. That's a pilot problem.
Fair point.
Tower traffic, Golf Bravo, Papa Bravo Kilo is downwind.
Let's have a little bit of fun with the edge of the cloud. So my ship,
You're controlled.
what we'll do a pop-up loop. We'll go down beneath the cloud and we'll do a loop over the top of it. Then go back down underneath again.
Cool.
That's the former RAF Falconbury. Used to be a United States Air Force base.
Oh, wow.
That's A-10 base there back in the 90s.
Traffic, Golf Sierra, Bravo Romeo Kilo, taxiing Bravo 2, local to the south.
Okay, here we go. So a little bit more G this time. We're going to do about a 3G loop. Go. Out the clouds. Over the top about 120 knots.
And weightless.
Cuban out of this one. So this cloud's getting quite thick now, so we might have to go back underneath the cloud, so just wait for the GPS to settle down.
Traffic, Golf Bravo, Papa Bravo Kilo, final to land at runway 21 ground.
Okay, Jen, do you have control of your airplane?
My airplane.
Just stay beneath the clouds for now. It's actually not looking too bad for the west, so we're okay. We'll find another hole, we'll do some more aerobatics.
Little touch of left rudder trim.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, just looking for just find a little hole to fly back up through again. There's certainly one just by this lake.
A little more to the right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a hole. Nice ship.
Gear control.
That's how you go. Just go. Up and up. There we go. Yeah. If we just stay over this hole, we can do some more aerobatics.
5,000.
Yeah.
Traffic, Golf Sierra, Bravo, Romeo, Kilo, Bravo 2, entering 2 on ground, taking off.
Okay, am I okay?
Your airplane.
So I'll now just do an aerobatic sequence. So we'll start with a loop, then a half Cuban, barrel roll, another half Cuban, hesitation roll.
Sounds good.
I'll tell you what I'm doing as I do it. here we go.
That was awesome.
Going over. And we'll finish with an 8-point roll. Okay, Tim, you're okay.
My airplane.
We're going to have to stay beneath the clouds if you want to do a left-hand descending turn. Get beneath the cloud, we'll head towards that disused airfield there with all the cars on it. So lower the nose and get beneath the cloud.
Sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
Lower the nose, we need to get beneath the cloud. Just say BMC, then get underneath the cloud base. weather is so much better than the forecast was.
Yeah, I'm feeling really lucky.
Yeah, the key problem's going to be the wind. You'll spit last night, the weather's fine, it's just the wind.
Well, I'm going to cross my fingers it dies down a bunch by then, but we'll see.
The old countryside's looking rather pretty at the moment. We've had so much rain. It's so green. So down here on the right, there's an old disused airfield. They now use it for hot rod racing. It's a drag strip.
Oh, yeah.
Used to be our bomber base in World War II. Going to switch tracks again.
Hello traffic, it's Helicopter Golf Hotel Alpha Romeo Romeo lifting from Sloane to the fuel belt zone.
A very nice house coming up here on the right hand side.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, somebody owns that. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, we now make a right turn towards the airfield, which is just on our right at about 3 o'clock. Skywell traffic, it's Mustang Golf Juliet Echo Romeo Kilo just to the southeast of Northampton, joining from the south. So we'll keep the right turn going, we'll join, we'll put the airfield on our left hand side. That's a great heading there. Okay, rejoin check, quarters on, solid tank, radio's good, engine's good. Just maintain your altitude. Delta Kilo is about 3 miles east of field, going on a long final for the fly-through. There's some bad weather coming in from outside, look.
Yeah. A lot of rain, it looks like.
Yeah. So our timing's perfect.
Sure was. Beautiful out there.
Just maintain your altitude, give me a long turn onto final approach.
Ah, okay.
So maintain your altitude, we're going to do a 360 overhead. Okay, start your left turn. To the runway.
Yeah.
Okay, round you go. Just maintain your altitude. Kilo, setting on the finals at about 2 miles for the fly through, right circuit, runway 21. The rain. Beautifully done, good, beautifully done. Nice shot.
Your airplane.
Let me get a short final 2-1 right for 5-2. Okay, so we're going to start throttling back. And we'll kill all the energy by a good hard turn and pulling up. Take the first stage of flap. By zoom climbing up into the downwind, we get the aircraft slowed down. Second stage of flap. Got a really strong cross tailwind on base, so I'm going to keep it fairly wide. And the Kilo downwind the runway 21 right. So, looking good, about 140 knots downwind, perfect. Brakes. The undercarriage, wait for the 3 greens, 3 greens, mixture's rich, prop is going to 2700, I'm fuel on, fuel pumps on,
3 greens.
thank you very much. I'll probably fly a bit of a longer final than normal because you've got the crosswind, the aircraft set up nicely. This was more flat. And we'll just sit the 30 flat today with the crosswind. Approach is clear. And the Kilo is spinning on the finals, runway 21 right gear down. Final check, mix is rich, prop is up. Final flap selected. We're going to come back to about 100, 105 now. Good with the crosswind, you can see where you're going. Back to the left of the nose.
That's the advantage.
Got to be something. I'm going to disregard the displace threshold, we need all the concrete. Looking good, speed's good. Dump the flap, stick hard into wind. A little bit of braking.
Nice landing.
What's that?
Nice landing.
It's not bad in the conditions. You see the right wing wants to come up.
Pretty big crosswind.
Yeah.
Final traffic, Golf Bravo, Alpha Mike uniform at the hangars, taxiing to 21.
How was that?
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
That was great fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
I enjoyed that as well.
Kilo, apologies if the Robin was in the way.
We've moved it back into the hangar, Mike uniform.
Many thanks.
Yeah, that was going to be challenging for the Spitfire. Because this has got much higher wing loading, it doesn't feel the crosswinds quite so much.
Bravo, Romeo, Kilo,
And-
Golf,
And having
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
and with the actual steerable,
showers just off to
the steerable tail wheel makes a big difference. Once you've got the tail down, you've actually got steering, which the Spitfire say it's a
yeah, it
casting
looks like
tail, really don't
one
have.
to the west northwest. Still well clear of the airfield for now. Hey folks, just come over the town in about minute 2.
What's the crosswind component right now?
I'd say it was probably about 15, 16 knots, something like that.
Yeah, that's even edging up against my max on my Cessna.
Yeah. Yeah, your Cessna doesn't weigh 4 tons though.
That's right. It does pretty good with partial flaps on a pretty,
Yeah, the
heavy
182s,
crosswind.
I just find it very nose heavy. It's very difficult to keep the nozzle off the ground. You know, you've got to really flare it on.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
very easy
Lots
to
of trim.
Very easy to wheelbarrow it on a 182. God, they've put somebody in. Looks like it's going to go flying. Right, if I can get it parked without hitting Steve and his ladders, that'd be great. Sorry, Pete. Steve. Okay, so a bit of housekeeping before we shut down. Flaps are going to come down. Go hydraulics. Quick magneto check. Works. Make sure they're idle. Like any other airplane. Okay.
Go ahead, Master.
It was so awesome. Yeah, we had beautiful weather, blue sky above the